Cartoon Network, the home of some of the greatest shows from my childhood. We got like The Amazing World of Gumball, Steven Universe, Lego Ninjago, Regular Show, Clarence, Adventure Time, Craig of the Creek, and so many more. And if your name's William Phillip Garland, you'd probably say Teen Titans Go is one of your favorites. So note that all of these shows are cartoons, and the word cartoon is quite literally in the name of the channel. So, leads me to this question. What the is this?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
So a few years back, I came across this video essay going over CN Real, essentially Cartoon Network's attempt at reality TV, and trying to compete with Disney and Nick in the live action space. And me being a conscious 4-year-old during this era, I slightly remember watching some of the shows. The only one I actually do remember is called Hole in the Wall, and yeah, it's very self-explanatory. But in this video, he went over like the first use of live action in like a 2006 direct-to-channel original movie called Reanimated, and that reminded me of the other Cartoon Network original live action movies out there that nobody talks about. So for context, I work at a thrift store and we get DVDs all the time. So a few months back, I picked up the Scooby-Doo DVD. I didn't really think much of it, but I remember seeing it as a kid on like Cartoon Network. And I had the sequel to the DVD since like I was like 6. But we fast forward to last week. I found this live action Ben 10 DVD and I was lost for words. I knew nothing of this being made, and it had Cartoon Network blasted all over the cover. So I decided to pick it up and look deeper into it. I rewatched the video I originally saw almost 5 years ago about CN Real, and I looked into what other live action movies CN has made. So now we're going to go over and review each film to come out of the CN Real era.
Now it's Cartoon Theater. Then it's the Powerpuff Girls. This is Cartoon Network.
Reanimated premieres Friday, December 8th on Cartoon Network.
In the Christmas season of 2006, Reanimated premiered. The film isn't found on any streaming or movie renting site at all, which I thought was going to hinder my investigation. But thankfully, the whole live broadcast has been videotape archived and posted onto YouTube, so it made it super easy to find. So for the first film, my hypes were up, and here are my initial thoughts on it. This might be the worst film I've ever seen. Like, it's so bad it's not even funny. Almost to a point where it's like so bad it's good. Like, I don't even know where to start. It looks like it was supposed to be like an OG Smosh skit, and then the acting, dude, the acting. I seen porn with better acting than it. Like, so much weird stuff happened in like the first 5 minutes. I thought I was watching the wrong film. Like, the mom's an astronaut with an adopted alien daughter. The dad's the equivalent to a toddler, but he's also the principal of the school. And the main character was like trying to rizz up this ABG, but he couldn't even speak when he saw her. So the basic premise of the movie is that this kid goes to a theme park called Golly World. They're on a field trip and he gets pushed around by other students to do stuff that he doesn't really want to do. He keeps doing it to the point where he gets hit by a bus and now he has permanent brain damage. But luckily, one of the surgeons kept the brain of like the founder of Golly World frozen in his lunchbox. And he puts it in the kid's head, and now he can see cartoons. So if you haven't caught on, it's ripping off from Walt Disney being like frozen in Disney World, and it tries to build off the idea. With the new brain, he can see cartoons, and the cartoons come to life. At face value, it's a cool premise, but the execution is just so poor. You have to think, the same year CN's direct competition was dropping banger movies left and right, Like, this was the same year High School Musical came out. And what's Cartoon Network's response? I'd say the movie picks up towards the end, but it's not that much. This would be the ideal movie to watch if like you smoked hella weed and was tripping off like psychedelics. And I just want to shout out the dad in the movie real quick. He was my favorite character with how stupid he was. And yeah, Reanimated. I'll give it a 2 out of 10.
Oh man, I'm never gonna get this thing to work.
After watching Reanimated, the bar has been set so low, the only place you can go is up. And that's where this film went, releasing less than a year later in November of 2007. You can tell they took their time with this. With a budget of $5 million, it looks like an actual movie. So, the movie takes place right after the summer when Ben initially gets his Omnitrix. First team shows him fighting an alien the night before school, then the alien kind of just vanishes. I'm not well versed on the Ben 10, I briefly watched it growing up, but during the fight it seemed like he was trying hard to come off like Spider-Man with his smart remarks, but maybe that's just his nature. Another thing to note is that right after the fight, when he turns back into human form, you can't tell me he didn't look identical to Cash Netspin. Like, Ben 10 is just a badass fucking kid. But anyway, back to the plot of the film. It's basically your typical 2000s preteen film. Ben starts school, he has a hard time fitting in, he's getting bullied, Ben fights back, gets suspended, but not before he joins the talent show. During all this, the alien that disappeared earlier secretly like stalking him, trying to use him to get like access to like break this barrier thing that lets the alien race like take over the earth. But like any movie, his plan doesn't work and like the day is saved, but not yet because Ben has to go to the talent show. Like I said, it's your typical 2000s movie. It's pretty good, but it's nothing special. The CGI is hilariously bad in some scenes. Like, during his first transformation, I bursted out laughing.
Oh my god, bro.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
But other than that, it was solid. At this point, it looks like Cartoon Network is starting to get the hang of things. I rate it like a 5 out of 10.
Okay, the new Scooby movie is now. Then, it's Tom and Jerry. This is Cartoon Network.
So we've officially hit the halfway mark in the lineup. What better franchise to kick off the beginning of the end rather than Scooby-Doo? I remember watching this as a child, so it was actually kind of pleasant revisiting it. So the film starts off as like an origin story, so none of the Mystery Inc. crew knew each other, but the main focus is on Shaggy, the kid who had no friends, is an outcast, and gets bullied. You see, these archetypes starting to get real like repetitive. Like, up to this point, the main character of all of your movies are gonna have the same, like go through the same thing. Like Cartoon Network, dude, switch it up. But back to the film, it introduces Scooby as a pet at an adoption place. And nobody wants him, so he's getting shipped back to the shelter. And somehow Scooby-Doo falls out of the truck, and they don't bother stopping for him. And Scooby-Doo just like wanders off until he finds like a cemetery. And these ghosts come out, like out of nowhere, these ghosts come out and like start chasing him. So he like runs away. And then he like breaks into Shaggy's house, like just breaks his window open. And then boom, the rest is history. The CGI in this film is way better than the previous years. But anyways, Shaggy tries to bring Scooby on the school bus. And like, he just hasn't like dressed up like as a human for some reason. And nobody says anything. And then of course Scooby like starts a fight on the bus. And like with these jocks. And they like start crashing out, hitting people. And then the bus crashes. And it hits the principal's car. And then the only people who got like in trouble was like the whole Mystery Inc. crew for some reason, and like I don't get it. Like half of them weren't even in the fight. They all get sent to detention for like a Breakfast Club spoof, and this is how they all meet each other. And if their luck couldn't get any worse, the ghosts from earlier decide to like come and like crash into the school for their pep rally. And of course the mystery crew gets like suspended and eventually expelled throughout this film because they blame it on them. And to make a long story short, they investigate the school and get the suspects, and it turns out it was the vice principal's plan to shut down the school so you can go underneath it to where there's like the original school was before this flood. and then so he can get some like rare stamps. Okay, but the gang gets put back into the school, and after they prove their innocence and they get praised. The end.
Alright, don't go anywhere. More of the world premiere movie, Scooby-Doo, The Mystery Begins, will be right back on Cartoon Network.
One of my favorite parts in this film is when they sneak back into school and like secret identities. Like Daphne was like a goth girl, and they made Velma like hot. And then like they had Fred dressed up like Lil Wayne, and I think it's like just so funny. The film canonically takes place in Ohio. One of my complaints is that they play too deep into stereotypes in this film. Like, we get it, Velma's a nerd, Fred's a jock, and Daphne's like a preppy girl, but it's almost like a little too much here. And other people had like complaints about like Fred not being a blonde, but like I could really care less. So my final thoughts on the film, I give it like a 6 out of 10, 6.5. It's decent.
And I got you again, loser! Hey! No fair!
So we officially hit the sequel territory, and the first movie to have a sequel in this series is Ben 10. I'm gonna be honest, I did not write a script for this because this movie genuinely sucked. It was really bad. In my notes, I have a few things like written down. The first thing it says is this movie is ass. Opening scene is ass. Yeah, the pacing's just really weird in this movie, and like the lighting is super different. You can tell like this came out right after Twilight because it has that Twilight effect on the film. Really, I could not tell you a single thing that happened in this movie. It sucked that bad. The dialogue was really, really awful. The dialogue was really bad. Just like one of the guys in the movie, like I couldn't even name the characters besides like Ben 10, and then like there's this girl I just called the Evil Huz because she was like, she had a role in the movie. That's all I can say. She had a role in the movie, and like her dad was like the evil villain. But there's this guy, he wore all black. He's in the cartoon series, I'm pretty sure, but every single part of his dialogue, it sounds like there's this meme around. It's like, I punch metal for fun. I punch metal for fun. Like that's exactly what that guy is.
Your wish was my headache-inducing project.
Who wants to pick a fight with a guy punching metal for fun?
Cinematography wise, there are some good scenes in the film, and like that's the only thing I'd say was good about it. Diamond Bolts, another YouTuber, he has a whole review on the film, so I'd say go check out his review on it. I'm not doing this any justice. The film, like, I just couldn't. The film sucked. So this might be like the worst part of the video, but I'd say the film is a 3 out of 10. I would much rather, I hate saying this, I would much rather go back and watch Reanimated. That's how bad this film is. I'm still rating it a little bit above Reanimated because, yeah, it's like better CGI, there's better like cinematography, but whoever wrote this movie, like, I hope they...
There's the haunted hotel.
If that's the hotel, I'm sleeping in the van. Who's with me? Route me in.
Releasing October 16th, 2010 with a live premiere of over 5 million viewers, we have an actual good sequel to a movie with Scooby-Doo Curse of the Lake Monster. You see, I grew up with this film. I remember when it first came out, probably right before kindergarten, and I just remember it premiering live, and I had missed it because this is so random. It was a Thursday, and I missed the live premiere because me and my family went out to eat. So I thought that it would play every single Thursday. So I was like, oh, it's fine, I'll wait till next Thursday for it to come back on. It did not come back on. And yeah, my dad bought me the DVD for this film, and all my life this film, it's really crazy to say, this film's been a good comfort film of mine. Yeah, I'm getting really distracted, but I love this movie, dude, like, I really do. Yeah, so it starts off like Shaggy's in class and Scooby and the gang like are at the school, and it's like moments right before summer vacation. They have to work at Daphne's uncle's resort to pay off for this farm they like accidentally burnt down. And yet the movie is like just goes through like, I guess, teenage horniness. Like Shaggy has a thing for Velma, and Fred and like Daphne have this weird like toxic relationship going on throughout the film. During their stay at the resort, these lake monsters come appear out of nowhere. They just go through trying to figure it out. Shaggy's like trying to ask out Velma. He finds like these weird moon rocks, and turns out the moon rocks controlled Velma, made her the villain of the film. Like crazy plot twist. And yeah, Shaggy has to like sing to her to make her like follow the trance, and then everybody decides they're good as friends. And that's basically the film. I know I probably like glazed this movie way too much, and rightfully so, I guess. Like, rating it personally, I would give it a 10 out of 10. But realistically, it's on par with the first Scooby-Doo movie. Slightly better, so I'd give it a 6.5 to a 7.
Hey everybody, you're watching Cartoon Network.
Be sure to check out our new series, Level Up.
On Cartoon Network. New episodes premiere every Saturday. On Cartoon Network. All right, be cool, man. On Cartoon Network.
On November 23rd, 2011, Cartoon Network officially releases their last ever live-action film by the name of Level Up. The film technically serving as a pilot to a television series Cartoon Network had planned. The movie starts off at a high school where we meet our main protagonists. We have a lonely nerd, we have a class clown, and we have this football jock, and they don't like each other at all. But they play video games together every day anonymously, and they don't know it. Something happened at the beginning of the film where this government lab like accidentally shot a ray, and then it hit like the video game system, and now the characters it hits like a reverse Jumanji where the characters come into the real world, if that makes sense. So the main evil villain is trying to take over Earth, and then he's placing like all these random things on Earth to destroy Earth. Like the troll came to life, and like they're like decide that they have to meet together, and they find out they're all from the same school. Like, they all get like really pissed off at each other. They find a way to hack into the game and open up portals to get into the game and pull stuff out of the game. Essentially, it's just that, and then at the end of the film, everything gets resolved. Earth goes back to normal, but that's what we think. And then boom, there it has like the layout for the television series. Overall, I'll be honest, I really enjoyed this film. I would say they saved the best for last. This is like one of the best films out of the whole like Cartoon Network series. It really shocked me that like Eric Andre is the video game creator in this film. It was like crazy to me. And I think also White Boy Carl, if y'all know what, like from Shameless, is in the film. It's pretty crazy. And yeah, honestly, for the last film, I really enjoyed it. I would rate it a 7 out of 10, if we're being for real here. 7 out of 10 for Level Up. And I think that concludes it. I think that concludes everything. Wow. Okay, let me just commercial break something. I don't know.
It's regular show up now, and we go to L 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 to L.
Stay tuned for more of the amazing world of Bellboys next on Cartoon Network.
God.
So this is the little outro piece for the video. Had to rock the This is the only cartoon related t-shirt I had. It was like Cartoon Network kind of adjacent. Looney Tunes Walmart t-shirt. Vintage, by the way. Vintage. The Looney Tunes show was on Cartoon Network. Underrated show. But let's get back on point. Let's talk about it. It was pretty... There were some good movies in there. There were some bad movies. I'd say that. It's really 50-50 with what we had today. I'd say... Yeah, it was a journey. I apologize for the latter half. I did like procrastinate it so much. This is like an ongoing video for like maybe a month. But yeah, I procrastinated and like write as much for that part. But yeah, I'd say like I really enjoyed like the Scooby-Doos. The Scooby-Doos was really good. Like, let's see, the Scooby-Doo right here. I got this one at the store for when I first started recording this at my thrift store. But yeah, the Scooby-Doos, I'd say the highlights. And then on Level Up was really surprising. Like, that was a surprising film for me. I really enjoyed that one compared to like everything else. Every movie on here can be either found on YouTube or I think the ones I didn't have on DVD or on YouTube, I got them off of Amazon Prime. So I'd say just check those places out if you want to watch these really badly. And yeah, these video essay things, let me know if y'all messing with it, if y'all not messing with it. And yeah, we can we'll make some more in the future. Got this right here. I don't know if y'all remember this. It's Cartoon Network adjacent. They had DC Nation, and I've had this since I was a child, and I'm just been really obsessed with DC and their whole the block they had on Cartoon Network. So maybe we'll get a new video about that soon. If this video goes does pretty well, maybe I will. Just subscribe, hit the comment section. I don't know. Let me know. And yeah. This video blows up, me and the Bellboys are gonna hit the Cartoon Network Hotel. I think it's in Pennsylvania. Yeah, alright, bye.
Coming up next, it's Regular Show on Cartoon Network.